welcome back. Wishing you a wonderful time here on our yoga mats. Today's class, we are going to move down in this series to the hands, the wrists, the arms, and the shoulders. So last time we did the neck and shoulders, now we're doing the shoulders and the arms. And then our next class on Sunday will be our chest and upper back. So I'd like to repeat a few things from the last class in the series to the current class. In case you really want to do them again, you get another opportunity to see them. So here's 2 blocks on my mat. Lay these 2 blocks down on your mat just like this. 1 block high and 1 block long. And we're going to begin by laying down on these blocks. If you don't have them, you can just lay down. You can put something under your upper back. So get this lower block right underneath your shoulder blades. Shoulder blades right there to a place that feels good. When it feels good, it is right. And then reach back and move the block that's on the high level right to underneath your head. So your head has some support. Yeah, you might need to make some adjustments, move the block around. See if you can tuck your chin in so you have length in your neck. And for this time, we're going to keep our knees bent. Take your feet apart. Let your knees come together. And now let your arms just fall open. And we're going to begin with a nice restorative pose, letting your shoulders fall open to the earth, letting gravity take them down. You can move around a little bit from side to side or front to back. Sometimes you feel it in one spot and say, okay, now I'd like to feel it in another. You can do that. Please close your eyes. Quiet your mind. And be present here with your breath and your body on your yoga mat. With each exhale, let your shoulders melt down towards the earth even more. I find this is one of the best uses of having 2 yoga blocks. For this, you want to use the soft ones. That probably goes without saying, but if you have a hard one, you can put a cloth over it. Our upper back is the tightest part in our whole body. It's hard to reach it and touch it. It just holds us all together there, our upper thoracic. So this lets it, opens it up with those blocks, the block under there and the shoulders drape open. Oftentimes during your day, you might find yourself rounding. We often are protecting our hearts and our chest, just protecting ourselves by rounding. Now we get to open and trust. Trust in your body. It's always there for you, supporting you. And we're going to come on out nice and easy. Bring your arms alongside your chest, alongside your torso. Draw them back, press your arms down, tuck your chin in, and lift yourself up. Ah, that's good. Yeah, I recommend you doing that often. Okay, come on to your hands and knees. Press your arms straight. Take your knees back a little bit behind your hips. Start turning your right hand out, your fingers out towards the edges of your mat, and keep going as far as you can. Maybe you can turn your fingers all the way towards your knees, and then press your hand back down. Press through your fingers and the place where your fingers meet your hand. And then root down there, pick up your left hand, same thing. Roll your fingers to the outer edges of your mat, as far as comfortable. Perhaps your fingers can face your knees. And now you can slowly start leaning back for a nice big wrist stretch. Pressing down through the pads of your fingers and your metacarpal muscles, carpal muscles, metacarpal, and then lean forward. And then one more time, lean back, just to that right stretch for you. Press the pads of your fingers down. And then come straight up over your hands, turn your hands back around. Press through your metacarpal, that's the place where your fingers meet your hand. And now lift, tuck your toes, knees up, hips up, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Now here, you wanna check and make sure your fingers are spread really wide, like you have gecko hands. You're pressing down through your metacarpal muscles and your fingers, pads your fingers. Energetically lift up the undersides of your wrists. Squeeze your thumbs isometrically towards your index fingers. And then stretch your shoulders back, back. Have your ears in between your upper arms. A couple of slow, deep breaths here with your hands in the best downward dog position. And rest your knees down. Sit back on your heels or just have a seat. And then give me a high five. Yeah. And then lovingly squeeze your wrists, the tendons and the ligaments, and pull down. Make a fist and take your fist away. So now this is a stretch for the top of your wrist. Good. And then release. High five with your left hand. Squeeze your wrist lovingly, and then give a gentle pull down with your fingers spread nice and wide, and then make a fist and take your fist away. Great. And then shake it out. Shake your hands off. Now interlace your fingers and press your hand away. Stretch, spread your fingers. Keep them interlaced though. Shoulders back and your arms are really straight. Keep breathing. It's nice to give our hands some love, right? Well, they do so much for us. And then release that. And just swing your arms side to side, front and back. You might start feeling the energy in your hands and wrists already. I do. Okay, come back to your hands and knees here on your mat. Now here's a very interesting one. Turn the top of your hand down on your mat. That's right, the top of your hand, your palms up. And then turn your left hand, the back of your hand to the mat. And your arms are a little bent here, and wiggle your fingers around. Wiggle your fingers around. And then come on up and place your hands down the good old-fashioned way. Spread your fingers wide. Isometrically hug your thumbs towards your index finger. Press down through your metacarpals, the place where your fingers meet your hand that controls the mobility of your hand. Lift up through your wrists energetically. And now tuck your toes, knees up, hips up, down dog. This is very strengthening for your arms. Push your arms straight down into your mat. Push the front of your mat away from you. Take your feet back another inch. Now, inhale yourself to a plank pose, top of a push-up. If this is too much for you right now, just set your knees down. Push your arms straight like you're trying to push the floor away. Your arms, your shoulders are right over your wrists. Look at your fingers. Make sure you're clawing the mat like gecko hands. You're pressing down to your metacarpals, your pads, your fingers, lifting up energetically to the part where your heel meets your wrist. Push down. Squeeze your belly button up. Oh, yeah. And then hoist your hips up for down dog. Now, this is where it sometimes feels like a resting pose. Stretch your spine long. Bend your knees and walk your feet part way up your mat and walk your hands part way back. Bring your hands to your hips, draw your shoulders on your back, press through your legs. Inhale, come on up. Good. Okay, stretch your arms way out. Take your shoulders back as far as they will go. Far, 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 way back. And then turn your thumbs down. See if it can take them back. By turning your thumbs down, see if that makes a difference. And you can take your shoulders back further. Your chest lifts up. And now hands behind your back. Clasp your fingers. And see if you can move your shoulders back a little bit more. Take the sides of your throat back. And release. Good. Stretch out. Spread your fingers. Yeah, spread your fingers really wide. That activates all the muscles in your hands and your wrists. Draw your arms back and your shoulders back as you're stretching out. Turn your thumbs down and see if that, take your hands, your arms back a little bit more. And then interlace your hands the opposite way behind your back. And then use your hands together to help you open up this chest area. And your upper back is getting activated. You tuck your shoulder blades behind your heart to help you lift your chest. That stuck part of our body. We'll get at it little by little, every yoga practice, so we feel freer, more mobile in our bodies. Excellent, and release. And now we're just gonna move our shoulders like side to side. Front and back, rolling, shoulder rolls. Shoulder flossing. And then go the other way. Just lovingly observe what you're feeling in your shoulders. Or maybe what you're hearing. I'm hearing a little crack in my left shoulder. See what you're hearing. Good. And then stand nice and tall in our mountain pose. Good posture, shoulders back, heart lifts. Just take a breath here. And then this is the way we want to stand as we move through our days. With your neck long, shoulders back, and chest lifted. So it seems for me, the more I practice yoga, the more I'm practicing yoga on my mat. And then when I'm off the mat, I'm also more aware of my body and how I'm standing and how I'm moving. And bring your hands in front of your heart. Push your hands together. Open them up. And with your fingers really spread as much as you can. And then inhale up. Reach up, fingers are still spreading. Palms together and down in front of your heart. We'll do this 5 times. Push your hands together. Shoulders back. You're making your arms strong. Open. Inhale, lift. Keep reaching. Palms together, down in front of your heart. And then open. See if you feel maybe your shoulders are coming back a little further. And then inhale up. Push through your legs, reach through your arms. Reach, 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 arms straight. Palms together, hands back. Push your hands together, draw your shoulders back. Open. Shoulders way back. Inhale, reach. Palms together. One more time. Draw your shoulders way back. Inhale. Palms together. Slide your palms down in front of your heart. Push your palms together. Push your fingers together. Push your metatarsals together. And use that to draw your shoulders back. And release. Okay. Take your arms straight up and make circles with your arms. Spread your fingers. Make circles. We're going to do this about 10 times. You might be feeling it now in your arms. Good, good, good. That's great. Now go the other way. Go 10 times the other way. Good. And bring your arms down. And then bring them out like this. And then together and back out. Together and back out. I've heard people say, oh, I really like yoga, but I also need upper body. We can do upper body in our yoga practice. We do planks. We do downward facing dogs. Two more. In and out. In and out. And out. And let your arms come down. And then just let your arms go loose. Feel that energy and stamina and strength you're creating in those arm muscles. Now, right arm up, left arm back. Actually, bring them down, and here we can use the strap. If you have a strap, put your hands, squeeze your strap, stand with your legs parallel, and then reach your right arm up a little bit in front of you and take your left hand to the back, and then pull on the strap. And draw your shoulders back. Pull. Firm your belly. And then take your left arm a little bit in front of your torso and your right hand back, and then pull. Yes, make the strap taut. Go back, right arm up, left hand down. Check your posture, check your face posture. Remember, we have our chin back a little bit and our neck long. Our jaws relaxed, our forehead's relaxed. Just a hint of a smile. And the other way. And the other way. Big chest opening, shoulders back, arms strengthening, wrist, hand strengthening. And then over, last time, left arm up, right hand behind your back a bit. Pull that strap apart. And then, good job. Just let the arm, hold on to your strap, let your arms go loose. And then shrug your shoulders up to your ears. You can just hold on to your strap nice and loose. We're going to use it again. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Tighten all those muscles. Tight, tight, tight. Squeeze. And we'll do a big exhale. Let your shoulders fall down. Down, away from your ears. And then squeeze up again. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Squeeze. And then big exhale. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that length in your neck as your shoulders fall down. Gravity takes them down. And your chin's tucked in just slightly so you feel your back nice and long. Even the cervical spine in your neck is long. One more time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, tighten, tighten, tighten. And then exhale. And let gravity keep taking your shoulders away from your ears. on your next inhale, lift your sternum up a little more. On your exhale, draw your shoulders back. We're remodeling our body in this series. We're going to feel like new bodies in the end. And now take the strap up overhead and then pull your arms tight. I just came to my knees so you could see me better. You can do that if you like in a victory pose with your arms. Pull. And now imagine you're pulling a big heavy strap and then pull a big barbell, pull it down behind your head. Yes, you bend your elbows, you're still pulling. And then here, snuggle the bottom tips of your shoulder blades up behind your heart to open your chest. And then push the barbell back up. Push it up, up, up. Exhale it back down. Yeah, looking good. Push it up. Exhale it down. This is a good shoulder stretch and arm stretch. And up again. And down. Up. Push it up. One last time, down. Pull it down. Pull it apart. And then one last time, up. And then lower your arms down in front of you. Excellent. And then you can set your strap aside. And then you can keep standing up, or if you want to sit down, you can sit down for the next few stretches. Shoulder stretches, so take any stand or sit. If you've been standing a lot, maybe you want to sit. If you've been sitting a lot, maybe you like to stand. So take your arms out and take your right arm, swing it in front, and then take your left arm to round your shoulder. And then for extra yoga bonus points, you can spread your fingers to activate your hand muscles and your wrist muscles. You can move this around as much as feels good. And then take your right arm up and take the back of your hand, or the palm of your hand to your neck, and then slide your hand up here to your elbow and give your triceps a nice stretch. Slide your palm down your neck to where it feels just right for you. And enjoy the stretch, enjoy your breath. And slowly release. And then arms out and swing your left arm right in front of you, and then use your right forearm on your left upper arm to take this stretch a little bit deeper. Coax a little more stretch out of it. And then reach that left arm up, palm to the back of your neck, and slide your right hand up your tricep to your elbow, and encourage your left arm back, both shoulders back. And then release. And now take your arms out again. And then wrap your right arm under your left. And then maybe wrap your forearms together. And maybe you can take the palms of your hands together here. So just go as far as you can. I know this is a little tricky for some people for various reasons. Maybe you have big, bulky muscles there. Now, shrug your shoulders back and lift your elbows up just a little. Take your hands away from your face. You can push your forearms together a little bit. This is the top half of what pose? I bet you know. Eagle pose, Garandasana. And then open your arms wide and bring them down. Good job. Garandasana, second side. Open wide. And left arm under your right. Shrug your shoulders back, elbows up, and then hands away from your face. Look like about like this. As best you can. Just giving the shoulders and the arms big massaging, soothing them, strengthening them, activating new muscles, and hopefully stretching out the ones that are used a lot. And release. Now, give yourself a hug. Yes, give yourself a hug and then make circles with your torso. You could do this any way, you're standing or sitting. Your hands on your shoulders. Go the other way with your torso circles, with your healing hands on your shoulders. And now open your arms and then give yourself a hug the other way. Other arm under. Your healing hands back on your shoulders and make circles with your torso. Grounding your upper back. And then reverse the direction. Come through center, shoulders back, and then relax your arms down. Okay, another under side of your wrist stretch. So take your right hand out, spread your fingers, and then take your left hand to your metacarpal area where the fingers meet the hand and coax your hand back, your right hand back toward your torso. And then just take it as much as feels right. Always err on the side of caution here. If your finger, you're not holding on to your thumb, actually, move your thumb a little bit and see what you feel. Wow, that's quite amazing. And release. Now let's do the left hand. Spread your fingers and right hand right on your fingers in your metacarpal area and then press back. Wow, my left hand goes back way more than my right. Probably because I'm right-handed, right? Those muscles are developed. So in our body, we always want those muscles that are developed to be flexible as well. So consequently, you do yoga. I'll move your left thumb a little. And then release. Very good. Now, we're going to do some shoulder rolls again. just because they feel good. Go the other way. Then we're going to do a few more strengthening arm poses before we do some more stretching of them. So please, if you were standing, come on down to your mat and come to all fours on your mat, hands and knees. And then look at your hands. Isometrically squeeze your thumb towards your index finger, press down to your metacarpal, press down to the pads of your fingers, like you have suction cups in your palm of your hand. Lift your wrists up, and now lift your knees up and lift your hips up for a down dog again. And then shimmy your legs back as far as feels appropriate. Then push your arms straight. Imagine you're pushing the front of the mat away from you as you lift your hips up and back. And with a firm belly, bring yourself to a plank pose, top of a push-up. You get a good look at your hands and your arms. Push your arms straight. Now here, when we're in plank pose, a lot of times our shoulders are like this. That's not the way we want to do it. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears here so your neck is really long. Either if you're on your knees or straight. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. And hoist your hips back up to down dog. So a friend of mine that some of you know, Colleen, sent me this picture of a little girl with an unhappy face. And the caption says, when your teacher says down dog is a resting pose. So I've been putting things on Instagram for years, and I put that one on earlier this week, well, Saturday, and it got like 400 likes. Usually I'm under 100. So does this down dog feel like a resting pose to you? Set your knees down. When you're in plank and you come to down dog, it usually does. Okay, so come to your forearms here and your knees. Bring your arms parallel, press your hands down, your forearms down, and bring your shoulders right up over your elbows. You can lift up your feet and scoot your knees back so you're in like a forearm plank here. Firm your belly. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. You can stay like this variation, or take your feet down to the mat and then lift your hips up, lift your belly up for a full-on forearm plank. Tuck your tailbone down towards your heels. And we'll just stay here for till the end of class. No, just kidding. Pressing your forearms down, fingers down, shoulders right up over your elbows. And then set your belly down, set your hips down. Shoulders back. A lot of strength, stamina. We do it all in good alignment. This can be very therapeutic and very healing when we energize our muscles and strengthen them with good alignment. This is what people go to therapy for, physical therapy. They're using a lot of yoga principles. So let's do this forearm plank again. You can do your knees, or if you're going to go straight body, tuck your toes, tuck them extra close. Yeah, spread them. Draw your shoulders back. Your chest is lifted. Now lift your thighs. And now your booty. And breathe. Stretch out through your heels. Stretch out to the top of your head as you're resting on your forearms and your toes. Little by little. Practice by practice. You get stronger and stronger. And set your hips back down. Okay. Take your left arm out to the side like an airplane. Set the left side of your head down. Put your right fingertips on the front, away from your chest, a couple inches. Bend your legs. Roll over to your left side. And rest your left head down. Left side of your head down. And you can stretch your left arm back as much as feels right. And then press your left hand down as you stretch it. And then with your right fingertips on your mat, you can draw your shoulder up and back. Come through center. And now take your right arm straight out. Set the right side of your head down. Left hand in front of your chest. Bend your legs. Roll to your right side. And you can press your left fingertips down in the mat as leverage to get your left shoulder up to the sky and back. It's important that you keep your right hand pressing down so it's active as you're stretching muscles that don't normally get much stretching, much use. And come through center. Roll to your belly. And straight out to the other side. Left arm straight out. Left side of your head down. You can keep your legs straight if you prefer, if that's accessible for you. Or you bend your legs and keep your feet behind you, resting down. You want to have your torso in a straight line as best you can. With your left hand pressing down, maybe the second time around you can stretch a little further than you did the first. And then optionally, you can reach your right arm up or just press it down to help your right shoulder open up. Reach up, reach back. And right hand down, come to your belly and over to your right side. Anchor your right arm out and down. Set the right side of your head down, legs straight or bent. And then left hand down or up. No floppy hands. Stretch your fingers and stretch them back. And come on through center. Put your left hand down. Yep. And then come on up to your hands and knees again. Okay. Knees back behind your hips. Right hand out. Left shoulder down, left side of your head down. And same thing, come up on your right fingertips here. This gives you more space when you're on your fingertips rather than your hand flat. You feel that? And then you can put your right hand wherever it feels good to draw your right shoulder up and back. Use that as stability here as you slide your right foot back on the mat. Toes are tucked. Round your upper back, round your shoulders. You're rounding them even though the right one's reaching up. Actually, you're rounding your upper back. And set your right knee down. Come on up. We'll go to the other side. Left hand a little bit in front of your torso, right shoulder down, right side of your head down. And then left fingertips, draw your left shoulder up and back. And you can slide your left foot back on your mat. Move your left hand around anywhere that helps you get more leverage, to get more space in your shoulder. And set your left knee back down. Come on up to all fours. And then have a seat. You can sit cross-legged. So we're going to do a few twists. We're going to put the emphasis on the shoulders. So get your sit bones back. Get your good posture and your good face posture with your chin tucked in a little. Lift your arms. And now turn your torso. Turn, turn, turn. Left hand on the outside of your right knee. Right fingertips behind you. Push your right fingertips down to get your lower back in and up. Now, awareness on the shoulders. Draw your right shoulder back. Lift up through your chest and draw your left shoulder back. And then lift your arms. Inhale through center and turn all the way over to the left as much as you can. And then hands down to help you twist a little more. Lengthen straight up through your spine, through your neck. And then draw your left shoulder back. And draw your right shoulder back. And your hands place down, one on your knee and one on the earth, help you open your shoulders in this nice twist. And lift your hands up, float your torso and your arms over to the right again. Turn as much as you can, and then hands down. Right shoulder back, chest lifts, left shoulder back. Float your arms and turn yourself all the way back over to your left. Left shoulder, draw it back a little more. Lift up through your sternum and take your right shoulder back. And float your arms and cup through center. Good. And then rub your hands. So this class is very good for people who cook a lot, people who are on the computers a lot, people who are gardening a lot. Anything that you do repetitive motions with your hands, this is a good class for you and for me. Rub your hands. Create prana, chi. Now, put one hand on top of the other and massage that hand and that wrist. Thank you, hand. Thank you, thank you. I'm especially thankful for my hands, my fingers, because they don't have poison oak on them now. And now put the other hand on top And then rub that one too. Sometimes we just take things for granted, but isn't it wonderful that we really have these hands, 5 fingers on each hand? And then rub your hands together again. Shoulders back, rub, rub, rub. And relax your hands down along on your thighs. And we're going to end laying back down. If you've got your blocks, you can go back to that same position we began with to let your shoulders open to the earth. So 1 block high, 1 block close to it, long. Turn around and slowly take yourself down so you get just that right spot. That block opens up your upper back. And then reach back for the high block and adjust it. And you want to have your chin tucked in a little bit so your neck is long. Yogi's choice, hands out, palms up, or hands on your belly. Legs straight or legs bent. Close your eyes. Savasana style. Let your body assimilate all those hand, wrist, arm, and shoulder exercises. Couple more longer, deeper breaths. And bring your arms close to your torso, palms down. Bend your legs if they're not. Lift your head, tuck your chin in, and now push your arms down. Lead with your heart to come back up to seated. And cross your legs, sit bones back. Shoulders back, chest up, and bring the palms of your hands gently together. And you bring your fingertips together, but you let the mound of your index finger open a little bit here. This is for more love and more joy to flow into you. from the love in my heart to the love in your hearts. Namaste. And next up, we will be doing the chest and upper back. We're going to move and then focus some on that too. So don't miss that.